How did you structure the interview with Samuel L. Jackson?
How did I structure it? Well, we always started with, when you hear Quentin Tarantino, what first comes to mind for you? What are the words and the feelings? So we started there, and I think he almost fell off his chair. He's like, Quentin! And it was probably 3 minutes of words and feelings that come to mind with Quentin Tarantino. So we started there. How do we structure it? We did work for, I wish I could remember the list of questions we had for him specifically, but we definitely had a list. How he met Quentin, how that changed as he got to know him. How is he different because Sam auditioned for Reservoir Dogs. So I did know that, right? So how was that first experience in meeting Quentin different from now as a person, and how is he different as a filmmaker? And that really framed the interview, and a lot happened in that frame. So he was great. He's great.
Once you got the footage back, did you have an editor that was working on it, or did you edit the film?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. You had an editor.
I had.
Okay. Were you sitting with them and trying to make sense of
Yes.
this, 8 years and so many voices and...
Yes. So sitting down and going through the footage, and then you learn again. You see things and hear things that you didn't catch while you're sitting live. You start to see what's repeated about Quentin specifically. That's where the magic happens for me, is where you start to see the repetition of who this person really is and where it overlaps. And that was I think we have 45 plus hours of footage. It's really, I don't know what to do with all this footage. We got to find somewhere else to go. This should have been 3 hours long to try to put Quentin into one documentary.
Right. The same length as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. See?
Wasn't it? Or 2.5 or something?
Yeah. Yes. Well, and he's recutting and putting out an extended version.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Back into theaters.
Great.
Because he's Quentin and he can. I mean,
right.
Now.
I want to see it.
No time has even gone by. Nobody does that. He's like, I'm going to do this now. Because it makes sense, right? It doesn't make sense to the industry, but it makes sense to Quentin, and it makes sense to Quentin's viewers, and he knows that.
Right.
So he changes how the industry works. I think he's brilliant.
That's cool. I can't wait for it to come out. I want to see it. I've already seen the film twice in theaters.
Have you?
So yeah. I saw it once with a packed audience, and it was too much. I wanted to see it. That was fun, but I wanted to see it more where I could let certain scenes sink in. So it was better seeing it where there was just a few people around, and then I could take it in more. Because it was so high energy, and there were so many people. That was cool. That's great energy. But then to really let the story kind of sink in, and I think some of it's based on that time in LA, and then some of it's sort of embellished, right? It's not a total recount of the Manson Tate,
Oh.
I think just some of it's mentioned, but it's not a full historical recount. So I just wanted to see, and plus knowing that there is so many opinions about it, it's just kind of interesting. I think something becomes more interesting. I want to see it more when there's either praise or criticism. I mean, maybe sometimes even criticism. I think it gets me to want to see something more. So
I want to watch it again, since I want to watch it again anyway, but especially after the conversation about Margot Robbie's character not having enough lines. I can't believe that hasn't just gone away yet. But I already have my opinion on that. But
well, she was supposed to be enjoying life, so maybe there wasn't a lot to say, just enjoying it. So.
I think it was a great decision, though. And Matt, this is a great example of you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Imagine if he gave her excessive lines.
That's true.
Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
As we know her, and don't, right? If he just made her whatever. Could you imagine what people would have to say about that?
Right, right. They had things to say about other characters, right? That again,
Crazy.
that
but
that's
her
when,
being who she is,
sure. And that's where I was bringing it back to the question of when the artist's work is clouded so much by their previous work and who sort of the audience thinks the artist is. And then there's all these pot shots or different things that are taken.
For him specifically, I think that's a great example of him not succumbing to that completely. If he has in other aspects, maybe, but that decision, I think, proves otherwise. Because he's robust, right? He's known for this. He's known for going and elaborating and not embellishing necessarily, but going big.
And he's going to push it to the edge, right?
But he left her
Right.
to live there.
Right.
So I thought it was a brilliant decision.
Yeah. Well,
But now maybe I am biased.
I can't wait to see the extended version. So.